Opening doors of expansion. Yesterday, we went very deep into clearing anything that was in the way of the doors and also working with changing the core information, which I feel we'll go more into later. For me, it's very important to first address what's in the way of your expansion or who's in the way or part of your bloodline may be in the way. Um, the field, then yourself. So working with what is in the way of you expanding in your career, in your life, in your work, your relationship, your health, whatever is in the way. So this was working very deep. And I want to go more into changing the frequency. So what I'm working with is to change the core information. So when you walk into a room, you're carrying the information of success, for example, or your talents. So you are honoring who you are, what talents you have, and what you're carrying, what you're bringing to the table, not only consciously, but vibrationally. Not only consciously, but vibrationally. This is really key. So, have you really allowed your talents to accept them on your essence level all the way through your vibrational field? So, if you imagine there's a very pure essence within you, and your talent is within that essence, and then there's like sleeves outside of information, which is maybe from your ancestors or your trauma around your childhood. And then that essence of success is coming through all those strange frequencies that you're not good enough. I was told daily I wasn't enough. Everyone's better. So if I don't address that frequency, I'm going to have that vibrating back to me. And then when people feel me in the room, they'll feel also this question in the system. Is it real? Can you really do it? Can you really succeed? Is it true what I'm feeling? So for me, it's very important to change the vibration as well, to allow that vibration of success of your talents by clearing first what's in the way and then honoring what is within you and then resetting and nourishing it and nourishing the parts of your core, your foundation, where as a child you weren't nourished and that core vibration was not allowed to flourish and blossom as you would like it to be. You know it, but did you know it in your childhood? And is that wound and vibration still within you? So this webinar is going to really work with addressing that. It's going to work with resetting the feminine masculine splits, any splits of identification, of limitations, and it's going to really open up more clarity around what is in your system around change, what is around you about change, what is in the way around change, and then what is the truth? Are you in an illusion? Is it true who you're in business with? Is it true in them? So you'll be able to read your system, but also the people around you as well. So this will give you a lot of tools and skills on business, on change, on how to make change. And you can see in the collective level the spirit of change is active in the world at the moment, as well as the spirit of divide and conquer is very active at the moment. So for me at the moment, it's really, really to know what's in my system. And it's interesting, each one of these webinars, I feel, well, I have always felt I was guided from spirit related to the collective change. And you can see it on the global field where, there's people planning against us being free. And then we're planning again, and also there's parts of us against that as well, and our ancestors. So we have to change it within, but also recognize it around you. So there is divide and conquer in the system being played out, especially with the algorithm, on Instagram, on Facebook, and all that. And it keeps feeding you with more divide and conquer, divide and conquer, divide and conquer of a specific group. So it splits you from yourself because the minute you split from a group, you're splitting from yourself. There is a part where you have to ground and see what is really going on and the manipulations going on the planet, and then to really pluck those weeds and to stay in your truth. So there's a huge shift of uh, collective change, so the spirit of change, and also it's not to go into aggression, but to do it peacefully and collectively. And as we unravel these divide and conquer games and realize we're all fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, children, and we're all uniting on that level, and there is some difference of opinions, but the difference of opinions is not enough to kill somebody or to harass somebody, but it's like that is the algorithm part. Underneath, we're all source, we're all creators, we're all from God, we're all God's children. And also not to be naive about what's in the system, and then working and calling out what is in the system, what is blocking you, what is in the way of change, what is in the way of collective change, individual change. So there's a huge field of transformation happening at the moment, which is bringing up a lot of aggression, a lot of hatred, a lot of fear, a lot of trauma bonds, and then also what is manipulating both sides of divide and conquer. Divide and conquer has been on this planet for so long that the strategy is to break people, bring up their wounds, separate them from source, from each other, that they don't trust themselves, they don't trust each other, they don't trust anybody around them. And then you're programmable, and then you'll do crazy things. So I feel this webinar is related to this. It's opening up what's really in the way, where's the manipulation, and going back to divine feminine, divine masculine within inside, direct connection with Creator, God within you. And then you can find your essence, find your truth, find your power, and navigate through this huge field of transformation at the moment within you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the webinar this evening. Thank you for being part of it, because each time each one of us make a conscious shift, it changes the consciousness, the collective consciousness too. And we're all connected to source, and we're getting that information from source, and then we're bringing it through our limiting belief systems, and then we're going to break free and go completely out of the matrix at some point and realize that it's all a game, divide and conquer. There is no divide and conquer, or there is no separation. We're all God, we're all creators, we're all one, divine feminine, divine masculine, Mother Earth, creation, and it's all good. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.